Okay, so for today's center, you picked a subtraction center. Each person is going to do their own work. This is not a partner or a game activity. This is your independent work, but there's enough supplies in here for 2 people to do this center at the same time. So in the center, each of you have a mat to do your work on. Each of you have a recording sheet to record your answers on. And each of you have a little basket full of counters, okay? So the way, and each of you are going to have a pencil. So the way that you do this game is you read the subtraction problems. Now, sometimes subtraction problems can be written sideways, like this one says 8 minus 2 equals. Sometimes they can be written up and down, 5 minus 2 equals. You do the problem in the same way. And what you do is you start with the number that it says to start with. So in this problem, I'm going to have 8. I'm going to take away 2 of them to find out how many I have left. So I'm going to use my counters. I'm going to count out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Oops, those were stuck together. 8. Now my problem says I have 8. I take away 2. So I take 2 away. Doesn't matter which 2. Then I count what's left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I would write 8 take away 2 equals 6. Okay. So now I'm going to wait a second. I want you to get out your supplies and I want you to watch the video while you do the next problem with me. Okay. So every time I'm finished with the problem, I clear my board and I'll give you a second to get your supplies out. Okay. We're going to do the next problem. We have 5. We're going to take away 3 because the subtraction problem means you're going to take it away. So how many do I start with? It said I started out with 5. So I count out. You do this with me. Count out 1. You count out with me 2. Count out with me 3 and 4 and 5. Now you read your problem. It says I had 5. I want to take away 3. So you're going to take 1, 2, 3 away. Now we're looking for the answer. 5 take away 3 equals how many? It equals 1, 2. So I would take my pencil and I would write a 2. Okay? Now let's try one of these up and down problems. This one says I had 5, I had 5 and I take away 2. So I would count them out again. I have 1, 2, 3. Oh, but you probably should clear your board every time. That way you don't get confused about what was on there. So let's pick a different one. Let's say we had 6 and we take away 5. Do that one with me. How many do you need if you have 6 and you want to take away 5? That's right. You need to count out 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You have 6, and it says I'm going to take 5 of them away. So I'm going to count as I take them off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And how many am I left with? 1. So for my answer, I would say 6 take away 5 is equal to 1. And that way you get some practice writing your problems up and down and some practice writing your problems sideways. Now, when you're finished, it means that you have finished every problem on here. If you just do half of them, you can't switch centers or go get an iPad to play a game. You have to finish what you start during math time. And remember that math is for working and learning. Math is not playtime. But when you are finished, one or two things is going to happen. You're finished, your name is on it, and it's going in the blue basket for me to look at, or you're not finished and your name is still going on it, so you're ready to turn it in, but it's going in your red folder. Okay? And then you're going to put your pieces back together and put them back in the box. Now, don't forget that that you need to clean up your center nicely for the next person, and don't forget that you're working hard the whole time, because math is for learning and not for playing.